Well, through the years, one of the biggest attractions at the Yellow River Game Ranch in Lilburn is the park's exhibit of Georgia black bears.
But former employees tell state inspectors and the Fox 5 I team they still have questions years later over what happened when those bears secretly gave birth. Well, Fox 5 I team reporter Randy Travis returns with his investigation. Randy?
So, Russell Deidre, the Department of Natural Resources says no one is allowed to purposely breed black bears in captivity. There's no doubt the Yellow River Game Ranch had multiple bear births. What's not clear, though, is what happened to those cubs.
Every year, the males in there were 4 females. He would breed.
Yep, just like their birds and bees buddies, Georgia black bears will follow the course of natural events. Former employee Matt Chadwick worked at the Yellow River Game Ranch in Lilburn in 2012. He eventually lost his job after complaining about conditions at the longtime family park. He claimed he saw animals neglected, abused, intentionally killed by workers. Owner Cody Reeves would only say they've had problem employees in the past, but the animals here are still safe.
We're not here to harm animals. You know, we try to give them a safe place to stay.
What bothered you the most?
The most were the bear cubs.
Hey, good morning. On the day the Fox 5 I team visited the ranch, we saw 4 adult black bears. But when Chadwick started there, one of the females gave birth.
Come in one morning, went up there, whoa, we got 2 cubs. Well, I run up front, I'm excited, you know. That was where I was made aware that they weren't allowed to let them breed. And if DNR came in there and you got 2 cubs, they're in trouble.
Reeves says they didn't know the female was old enough to breed. So what happened to those cubs?
We didn't really know what to do with them, and then they disappeared. So,
disappeared meaning what happened to them?
We assumed that the female ate them. I later heard that they might have been stolen.
But in his complaint to DNR in 2012, Chadwick tells it differently. He said he asked his boss to have those cubs removed, but I was told by ranch management that it would be better for the ranch if the cubs died, because the Georgia Department of Natural Resources had warned the ranch not to allow the bears to breed, and the ranch will not pay to have the bears neutered. Chadwick wrote he was told the cubs were crushed to death by the adults, and he found them dead in the enclosure.
No one here killed them?
No.
According to Chadwick's DNR complaint, the next year he told the owner he once again found 2 newborn cubs in the bear enclosure.
I let them know that, hey, there's cubs up there. And if I come back in here Monday morning and those cubs aren't there, I'm going to report it. And Monday morning when I showed up for work, they met me on the front porch and had me escorted off the property.
Ranch owner Reeves says Chadwick was actually fired for posting negative comments on social media, and he knows nothing about a second set of bear cubs during that time. DNR took no action, even though the previous game ranch owner admitted in a local newspaper that their bears had indeed bred in captivity. Turns out another former employee insists he also warned DNR years earlier about the same concern: bear cubs disappearing from the Yellow River Game Ranch.
It was a very awkward situation because you could tell the uncomfortness in the air that something was going on.
Mike Little says he made a phone complaint to DNR about bear cubs in 2009. The state could find no record of his call, but Little was so concerned he filed a written one this year. According to that complaint, Little came in early one morning to find people at the bear enclosure carrying something moving in a burlap sack. He said a veteran employee told him the bear cubs that were being born were being removed from the caged mother. That was 3 years before Chadwick's DNR complaint. The two say they've never met. Neither knew the other's story when they talked to the Fox 5 I team.
There's no way that he would know the same things and be aware of the same conditions that I was aware of at those 2 different points in time.
The ranch's previous owner, Art Rilling, admitted they'd had a few bear cubs over the years, but insisted they all died of natural causes or disappeared. If someone said they were killing bear cubs, that would have gone up pretty high on the list, said a DNR spokesman, but the department could not find any record of investigating either employee's complaint. Current owner Cody Reeves told me the ranch eventually paid to have their lone male bear sterilized. He died a few years ago. Both former employees say they lost their jobs trying to reveal the bear cub secret. A DNR spokesperson told me they did not think that there was any intent by the Yellow River Game Ranch to actually breed black bears.
These were all accidental births, they believe.
Thank you, Randy.